Crafty again. I'm here to do my April update. It's Friday the 29th of April, so let me show you what I've been working on this month. So at the beginning of the month we got another page of the free coloring page sale on Cross Stitch Crazy 2016 group, and this is what I have now. I did this part of the pattern and I'm pretty happy with the progress and the colors. This is a piece of 18 count Ada that I dyed myself during the summer. Excuse the crying child. She wants to be in the video too, but she doesn't want to speak, or doesn't want me to speak. So that was the first thing. The second thing that I was working on is my price. And I have to tell you that he is finally done. I had so much fun finishing this one up. I was so proud of myself. I've done it. 6 years, mostly not stitching, but you know, that's life. Get a bit closer. The thing that I did this month was this part of the page, mostly. So about 5,000 stitches and he's done. He was stitched on a piece of 28 count Jobelin, Jenlin, Jaslyn, one of these. 28 count. Yeah. The next one. Home is where the gamepad is. I still have to finish the logo on the gamepad. So it's almost done. I will probably finish this one today. The next one I am still currently working on is is Spring Coat by Kazuko Aoki, and this is a pattern from DMC. And the last time I showed it to you, it looked like this. And today I have this much. This is stitched on 25 count Lugana, the children, and so it is big. It's not a big pattern, but it comes out really big. And this is a blend of 3 colors, so it's pretty hectic to stitch. But I have only this part to fill in, and then I have the back stitching, so it's almost done. Probably 3 or 4 days of stitching left on it, so probably a finish in a couple of next days. So next thing, sorry I'm reaching out, I don't have a table or anything beside me. So the next thing I was working on, it was my twisted band sampler. Excuse me. I'm stitching it on 28 count black Jobelin, and last time I showed it to you I had that mat done. Here's a picture, and today I have completed the next band and I'm starting the other cross stitch band. So this is my new Q-snap, by the way. I'm loving it, but it leaves those marks. I don't know if you can see, but there is a mark that the Q-snap left on the fabric, so I'm stretching it out different way. So this is the specialty stitch version, and it's not that hard to stitch. You have to try it. There's nothing to be afraid of. So I'm happy with the progress, and I will work on it in a week or two and finish the cross stitch band. and maybe do something more on it. The next thing I was working on this month was my mini pixie dreams from Heaven and Earth by Julie Fain. And the last time I showed it to you, I had that much done. And today I have the fairy in the middle because I'm doing the hate challenge. So I did the first color and now I'm going to fill in the rest of the colors. But she doesn't look like spectacular or anything like that. Yeah. And this is 27 count Linda, 1/1 full cross. And the twisted band sampler is in DMC, and the colors are used in rainbow sampler because I want them to match when I'm going to stitch them on. So I had a bit of stash acquisitions.
Hello again. My camera decided to cut me off after 5 minutes, so I just wanted to come and show you a bit of my haul. Now, this is the most exciting thing I have to tell and show. This is what I saw on a picture in an auction. So, lavender and lace, a piece of 14 count Ada, and a thread that was made in Japan. At first I was afraid it's a Chinese kit that breaks copyright law, of course, but the auction was titled Mill Hill Stitch Kit, so I decided to take the risk and buy and to bid, and I won. And it was the original pattern with the bead pack and the thread. The Ada, I think someone just kitted it up with Ada because he had bad eyesight or something like that. The thread came from a different thing from the lot. It was a sashiko kit. I don't know if you've heard about sashiko. It's an embroidery technique from Japan. You just stitch over these lines. You cut geometrical pattern, and the kit, it's all complete. A complete kit, nothing's missing. £8. Lavender and lace pattern with the bead pack, a piece of Ada, and this was in the lot also. So this one is a butternut road pattern with a piece of linen. Someone marked the center, and I don't think if I will stitch it. That's a funny thing. The baby's face is started to stitch over one. So I got all this for $15. Deals like that just don't happen in my country because it was $15 with shipping, and I would have to pay £5 for shipping from England, from so and so, for the pattern itself. So it was a pretty good deal. The other thing I got is this lavender and lace, the angel we all know, angel of love, and I won't kit it up soon, but I will try to get it kitted up for next year. I think I know what kind of fabric I want to use, but I'm not sure yet. And let me get to spring a bit. Let's talk about her. I love purple. It's my favorite color right now. but I don't like the purples in her dress. I didn't like it. I was thinking if I got her, I would like to stitch a conversion. But then I saw Shazzy C, and she stitched her Celtic ladies on black. Oh my god, they are so beautiful. I want to stitch them on black now. So I blame Shazzy C. I will stitch spring on black. And I was thinking about stitching Angel of Love on black, but I think the cape will blend with the black. So now I will find a different fabric. And I got this booklet, Canted Cross Stitch Christmas Decoration, a little set of ornaments. They would be perfect to stitch on the bus, in the playground, you know, when I'm on the move. And the last piece I got in my stash lately was this cage. It says pink cage, but it looks brown to me. I have the blue cage from the same outer, so I will start it probably next year. So that's it when it comes to stash acquisitions. And now let me take my cross stitch and you can take yours. I would like to do the purl tag. Let me just pop the questions. So question number 1. What irritates you the most about cross stitch in general and why? So I am irritated by stuff, not all the time, but the space you need for cross stitch. I think I will make a little tour of my cross stitch supplies. I have them stuck in 3 places. I live with my family in a very small flat, and you know, cross stitch takes space. You need some stash. Oh, excuse me. You need a place to hold your magazines, hold your fabric, hold your DMC, and the works in progress and the finished pieces. So that's one of the things that irritates me. And the other thing is the money, of course, because if you want to stitch something very big or beautiful or both, you need a lot of money, and I can't really afford getting up a chatelaine or a Haid like that. So and of course, like, the little things that irritate me is like when you stitch and your thread just snaps in the middle, or you get a knot that you just can't untangle. That's the little things that irritate me. Now, next question. What designer irritates you the most and why? I don't have a big experience in the designers that you guys stitch in the US and England, so I don't think it's a designer, any particular designer, but in the process. Let me just grab a notebook and show you. A couple weeks ago, I was stitching a pattern that had this symbol and this symbol next to each other. The only difference was this. Oh no, what happened? Why? Never mind. My marker just died on me. Ah. Trash. No, this way. So you have this and you have this. This one is fully covered. This one has thick lines. When you stitch, you can't really see the difference when they are so close one to each other, one to another, sorry. I'm a bit tired right now. So this is a mistake to me, and if a pattern has 20 colors, you just don't tell me that there are no more symbols that you could use. Now, what stitch irritates you? Why? I don't think there is a stitch that irritates me. I have nothing against French knots. I quite enjoy backstitch, couching, all the things. That's a piece of the art, so I'm not irritated by any. Next question. What irritates you about non-stitchers? There are some people that irritate me in general, and it doesn't have anything to do with cross stitch. That the fact that I cross stitch and they don't, so that's just life. Life is just like that. So. Next question. What irritates you about other stitchers? So I had that situation a couple years ago. There was a craft show and I was going to school at my university, and I had an hour before that, and I just went to see if there's anything new, interesting that I would like to buy. And I met some ladies. They were like in their 50s, so 40s, 50s. They weren't old, but they thought that because they are older, they knew more. That was so frustrating. And I was stitching on my Christ back then, and he is stitched 1/1 full cross on 28 count. And they said, oh, you should railroad your stitches. Like, what? How? With one strand of floss? How am I supposed to do that? And they just didn't understand what I was talking to them. That was the most irritating thing about the stitcher. They think they know better. And they said, oh, your back must look exactly like the front. Like 28 count, stitching over one. Just try to anchor the thread on the back without distorting the pattern. Just try. And then criticize. So there are just some things that you can't avoid, and you have to accept that. And telling people that they stitch something wrong, even if they never tried it and they don't know if it's possible even to do, that's the most irritating thing. So that's all the questions in this tag. Maybe, how about doing another tag, the For Realz Though by Adele. Hi Adele, and hi Katie. Hi everyone, I'm so tired. Question number 1. What level of stitcher do you consider yourself to be? I'm not afraid of beads, specialty stitches, larger, smaller count fabrics. So I would say intermediate, upper intermediate, if there's a level. How many whips and UFOs do you honestly have? So I have, at the moment, I have 15 whips. One of them is a UFO, and yeah, this includes things you gave up on and threw out. I gave up on the UFO, but I think I will force myself to finish it. And throwing out, I did throw out one of my pieces, but the fabric was destroyed and I'm stitching it again, and it's counted in as a whip. So number 3, are you enabled easily? Yeah, but my budget doesn't allow me to stitch anything I want, so I'm happy with what I have, and at least I try to be. And I'm picky when it comes to patterns, fabric, whatever. And I have my own taste, but I would like to have all the fancy things that you have. I wish we had like one Michael's, Joann's, Hobby Lobby, whatever store that you have, guys, in the US, that I could just go and buy a piece of fabric that's not 14 count data. Oh, that's one thing I would like to have. Number 4, do you suffer from SAD, Stitcher's Attention Deficit Disorder? No, I can stitch on one thing for weeks and weeks, but I like the change from time to time. Next one. Have you ever finished the full coverage project? If answer was no, how far have you got? So I have finished my Christ, and I'm lazy. I didn't want to go to the closet because he's already inside his box, waiting for a frame. So I will just insert a picture and some close-ups for you. Number 6, do you enjoy confetti? I don't think anyone enjoys confetti, but it's necessary. It is. It really makes a difference. If I had one stitch in a different color that is green in this piece, I just wouldn't mind and stitch all of it the same color, but like in my Christ, in the eyes, I had one stitch in the color, and if I did it in any other, the eye would look bad. But if it's a sky and you have one stitch off, it's not going to show. So only in the very confetti heavy area I would do all of the confetti. 7. How many finishes do you have this year so far? And how does it compare to your whip UFO number from question 2? So I have 4 finishes, 4, almost 5, 6. So, and I have 15 works in progress, so that's not bad. That's not bad. At least I think that's not bad. I finished a piece that I was working on for 6 years. I finished an old UFO, little mini thing that was the flowers from the MC, a little mentor kit, and a mermaid for my daughter. So that's quite good. Are you bothered by your answer in the last question? Would you rather have a smaller or larger number? I think I would. No, I'm good. I'm good. I can't imagine how could you just want to have a smaller number of finished products. That's something I don't understand. So, now, of course, I would like to get some more finishes, but it's end of April. I got one finish a month, so I'm good. I will have more. Do you have any, perhaps embarrassing, dirty little stitchy secrets? I have. But if I told you that they wouldn't be secrets anymore, right? So I'm not going to. And I'm just kidding. I will tell you. If I get a knot on the thread like here, imagine we have a knot here. So I'm not going to finish off the thread. And let's imagine that's a knot you just can't do anything about. I'm not going to cut off and end the thread. Oh no, no. I'm going to stitch with it, with this piece of thread, and make sure that the knot stays in the back, and I will stitch later on. So that's the only thing. My back look pretty neat on this one. And yeah, the last question. I dare you to show me your messiest back. Again, I'm lazy, so I will just include pictures in here. Enjoy. So that's all from me in this video, and this month I won't get as much stitching done as in April because my son has his first communion and I just got a new job. Yay! After a year and a half of looking for a new job, I got one, and I think I won't have as much time to stitch. I will be pretty tired when I come from work, so don't expect any spectacular finishes next month. My plan is to finish this coat, work on the next page of the coloring cell, and finishing up the hate challenge. Anything that I will work besides those things that I just mentioned, that would be great. But I don't think I could do anything more. So, what else? That's all I think for now. And I would love to talk to you guys more, but my life is pretty boring. I just sit in home and stitch at the moment. So I think I will see you next month. Excuse the low quality of this part of the video and my messy grammar, because I'm tired, I need my coffee, and I'm too lazy to go to the kitchen and make one. So I'm making up words. I use the words the wrong way. That's just me today, and my voice is scratchy. Yeah, I think that's all. So bye bye.